because I wanted to share that on ReggieNet. So this is a question from older exams. It's about database schema and database schema normal forms. And just imagine this is your exam, and we're going to do this together. 1 minute for you to look at the question and have some ideas before we go through them. All right, I'm going to ask the first one on my list, and let's see. Ace, what could be a good primary key for this table?
Player ID.
Player ID. So why is that so? Explain.
That's going to be the unique identifier for the row, like for each and every players.
Mm-hmm. You feel like player ID is a good...
Yeah, because the player name, I mean, that can have duplicate names, you know, like two players can have the same name. Player role can have, like multiple players can have the same role.
Exactly. That's a good explanation. Yeah. Jinju, is this schema in third normal form? Yes, no, and why? This is just the order of the names I see on the right side.
I think the answer is 3 normal.
So just writing a note here. I'm gonna write a note.
Yeah, I think the use the 3 normal formal.
So let me write my note, and maybe that helps you decide where we are with this question. I'm gonna pick a design. I don't like that. Here. So no, third normal form was 3.5. Saying no non-key attribute should depend on another non-key attribute. Do you see a non-key to non-key dependency here, Sagar? Sagar, can you talk? No? Going to Raja Lakshmi. Do you see any non-key to non-key dependencies?
Yes, Professor. The hometown zip code depends upon the home state. So
it's the opposite, actually. You can get the zip code, you can get the state from zip code. So zip code and your home gives the home state. So if you know the zip code, you will know the state. So what's the solution? I'm gonna go to the next one on my list. What's the solution? GY, or maybe it's Olakunle on my list. What's the solution, Olakunle?
I think we may need to like create another table.
Create another table, take it out of this table.
Yeah.
Perfect. So take it out, put it in another table. All right, together we're gonna do that. So we're gonna cross it here. This one is home state. And do I have a cross here in my font? Yes. And then we're gonna put another table like this. This is a table, probably not. So I'm just gonna put a table. No, not here. So 1 row, 1 column, 2 columns, 1 row. That would be my hometown, zip code, and my hometown, my home state. So we just decomposed the big table. We took the home state out and put it in a new table. So just keep in mind, this slows down your database transactions. So you may choose to violate third normal form, and that's completely okay. But here I ask you to do it in third normal form. All right, this question is analysis, still analysis. Go ahead, another schema question. Class, this is a slightly different question. It is saying that the following schema, is it in second normal form? If not, normalize it. And there are some assumptions that will help you identify whether it's in second normal form or not. I'm going to skip these questions and then open up some space for the other. Because I don't need those, unless you want to take the third exam, which I hope you will not have to. So I will start putting, you have 1 minute to think, and then I will ask you. I will start putting the definition. Second normal form. Any non-key attribute depends on the entire primary key. This only matters when you have composite primary key. 2 or more attributes together, they make up the primary key for your table. So, Olakunle hashtag Yining, and I know I have an email from you. I haven't responded. I'm sorry. I'll get to it tonight. Yining, is it in second normal form? Yes, no, why?
I think it's not.
Why?
Because all of them have the tier ID, so I think it is not on it. Depends on the primary key.
It is in second normal form, you're saying?
No.
Why? What's the reason? All of them are what?
It's not only depends on the entire primary key.
Which one of them doesn't have that?
The third one.
Third one? Okay, I'm gonna highlight this one. So you're saying that we focus on this one. So what's happening there that we need to pay attention? Which one of them doesn't depend on the entire primary key? Let me go to GY. GY.
I can repeat the question again.
What's violation of second normal form here? Yining is saying that there is a violation of second normal form. So read the scenario and see if the dependencies are on the entire primary key or on only part of the primary key. So here a note, you would check this only for tables that have composite primary keys. So Yining was right. We have to focus on the third table. That's the only table that could have violations of third normal form. Now, GY, my question for you is that training day, does it depend on both pieces of the primary key, or does it depend only on one of them? So training day, is it depending on?
Depending on both of them.
Depends on both of them, exactly. So this is good. I'm gonna put that green. I'm gonna go to the next one of you on the list. Sushmita, time slot number. Does that depend on a trainer, trainee, or both of them?
Both of them.
Exactly. This is a slot number that you and your trainer have chosen to work with each other. Ganesh, trainee level. Does it depend on trainee, trainer, or both of them?
It only depends on the trainee.
The trainer, exactly. So I'm gonna cross that. This doesn't belong to this table. Anderson, how about trainer hourly rate?
Trainee.
Trainer hourly rate. What does it depend on?
On trainer, sorry.
Exactly. So this one is a strike through. So well done, class. Now you identify the violations of second normal form. These are partial dependencies. Where should they be, Juyang? Where should trainee level be?
Is the training level?
Trainee level, yes.
Yeah.
Where should it go? Do you see any other better place for it?
You should go the first one.
Exactly. So trainee level comes here. This is added to another table. Bofan, how about the trainer hourly rate? Is there a better place for it?
Yes, second one.
Exactly. Trainer hourly rate. Good job, class. We completed this, and this was all. So basically what happened here, this was a many-to-many association. I'm gonna delete this one. Or maybe I keep this one. I'm gonna delete this. This was, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna draw something. It's a little smaller. I want it up. So this was a many-to-many association, and they misplaced the attributes. So it was the trainee. So they had the trainee. Let's see, trainer. And trainee. Terrain. And this was a many-to-many association. And there was an association, or I'm gonna just use this. There was an association class, that is what you see in the third table. So let's call it trainer trainee records. And this association class just got too much information in it. It didn't need that much information. So I'm gonna make sure this is dotted line. So this was too much information. In this table, you added too much. Only the training day and time slot number were supposed to be in this association class. So the idea, again, if you do a good job in your domain modeling, you wouldn't have violations such as the one that we just saw. You only see it when people don't know what they're doing in their domain modeling. Well done, class. So we did 2 examples of normal form. This is the next one, which is a jump here to sequence diagrams. Based on the interaction you see in the following sequence diagrams, at add at least 4 navigation visibility links among the objects on the design class diagram on the next page. Also, based on what is shown on the sequence diagram, add two methods to their respective objects. So look at this here. I'm going to push a question down. So look at this here. Do you see that? You have a controller, you have a customer, sale transaction, sale item, promotional offering, product item, and inventory item. So you're going to look at this, who talks to whom. That means that if somebody talks to another object, there is a navigation visibility there. My purpose here is to understand whether or not you know how to read a sequence diagram. Also, if you understand how to transform the information you get from the sequence diagram to go back to your design class diagram and the links among classes. So I'm going to give you 1 minute, and then I'm going to go to the next person on my list. I'm going to share my screen. So next one on my list, Giovanni has talked, Andre has talked. Sagar doesn't have a mic. Arfati, I think it's you. Rizwan was here, but he disappeared, or I missed him. I don't know. This list changes. So we'll see. Go ahead, take a look for a minute. And you have that in front of you. So let me see, whom do I see on my list of people I can share my file. Okay, Sagar, you cannot talk. Can you draw a link? A navigation visibility, I asked for 4. Let's see if you can give me 2 of them. No, you're not able to get that either. I cannot comment though. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna share this. Andre, you have talked, yes? Already? No?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Give me 2 of the links. Can you control my screen?
No,
What happened?
I don't know.
You can.
Yeah, you can, yeah. Oh, it's possible now, yeah.
So look at this and go ahead, add links to the next diagram. To the next diagram, scroll down, down, next page. So give me 2 navigation visibility. Navigation visibility is showing that an object have access to services of another object or have interactions of other types.
Based on the first one, right?
Yes, the first one showing who is calling methods of another.
It's a bit slow to go up and down. Our internet is weird since yesterday. I don't know what just happened with Metronet.
Do you want me to go scroll down and stay on the second one?
I think I'll open the second one on my computer since I was able to download it.
Okay. All right, then you can tell me. All right, I'm gonna keep control and you tell me. So
okay.
Give me a line. Where should I put a line?
Cart handle, customer to cart handle. There's a cart handle here.
No, it's the opposite.
Right.
It's the handler to customer. That is a very important detail, okay? You can't just say,
okay.
And I want to make sure this is the right format, just a regular arrow. This one. All right, give me the second one, Andre. Andre?
Yeah, here. I'm just changing my screen to check on the
I
other one.
can.
Customer to online cart.
Exactly. Good job. Oh, the online card is not here. Sorry. Or it's sale. So
Sale, okay.
yes, sale. Just imagine this is a slightly different. Okay, sale. Good job. I'm gonna go to the next person who hasn't talked yet,
Okay.
or maybe has talked. Bofon has talked. Olakunle Rajalakishmi Arfati. I don't think you have talked. Arfati, can you unmute yourself?
Hi, yeah.
Go ahead, give me 2 other links.
Okay. Can I see the first image? Yeah. Can I see the next one? It's from sale to sell item.
Exactly.
And sell to, no, sell item, sell to product item.
No.
No?
But sale item to product item.
Yeah, sell item to product item.
Okay, perfect. This is 4, we're done, but I'm gonna ask one more person to help us add more links just as a practice. So, but if you were on the exam, you would be fine. All right, Bofan has talked, Raja Lakishmi, Jinju, Sushmita, Jiawai, Ganesh, everybody has talked. Jiawai, I'm gonna go to you again. Give me 2 other links, please. Jiawai, can you unmute? Give me 2 other links. I'm gonna go stay up. If there is any link here, there should be a link there between 2 objects. All right, I'm waiting for you, Giavai, when you're ready.
The product item connect to the promo offering.
No. See, it's a card item, which is your sale item, going to 3 of them. So it's this one, going to inventory and promo offering. Those 3, they don't talk to each other. So there is this one, and there is this one. This is an example we did in class, a product item or an online card item, which is sale item here. It has to talk to the 3 of them to get the information. Now, to get the methods, how would you do it? So then I'm gonna ask Juyang. Juyang, can you unmute, please?
Hello, Professor.
Hello. So Juyang, when I have this method, this arrow here, and there is a method, which object has this method?
Has this 3 method?
This method, description.
Yeah.
So this is the
car
return. This
item has this method.
product item, exactly. So get description is the method, description is the return value. That becomes a method in product item. Yes, you would add here, exactly. So you would add it here. get description. I'm gonna make sure this is visible. Get description. Whatever you see up there, it can become a method here. So here, and I'm just gonna make it look like this. Good job, Juyang. I'm gonna go to Bofun again. Bofun, how about this update quantity? What is this method for? Which object has the method?
It's for inventory.
Exactly, update quantity. You add the method here. So basically the question is asking you to read and understand the sequence diagram. So what I can get the exact QT1, the exact method or slightly different version, it doesn't matter. So the question asks you to give 4 navigation visibility, also based on what you see, add 2 methods. So you're done. Good job. So 2 methods, that's how you read them, like Juyang and Bofun did. You want to make sure you put the method in the object that is at the end of the arrow. So for navigation visibility, 2 methods, you all did that, perfect. And I'm going to share these files with you. What is this one? Okay. After examining the domain model class diagram, show navigation visibility links and their direction on the portion of the design class diagram that is shown here. This is the portion, and this is the domain model class diagram. Remember, it goes from more independent object to less independent object, from the one side to many side. Considering that, show navigation visibility links. And I'll ask you to read these, and then I'll ask you to help me complete. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. Oh no, I don't want that. So maybe here, a little smaller. So you see the classes and their association. I'm asking you to give me navigation visibility, please. All right, so Jia, Juyang, and Bofun have already typed. I'm gonna go to next one that I see. Arfati, you just typed. Ace, give me 1 navigation visibility link. Ace, can you unmute?
Yes. So we're trying to connect the. Can you scroll up?
So we're trying to say which objects would need to interact with each other.
Yeah.
In the application. So, and usually it goes from the more independent object to less independent object. Basically, if you're needing information from another object, or you're using them inside you as an attribute, as a parameter, as a return type, you have navigation visibility to other objects.
Okay.
So give me 1.
One patient can have either
navigation visibility, so it goes from one class to another class with an arrow.
Arrow, so from patient to like cell phone.
Exactly, because a patient, well, it does, cell phone is not shown here. Can you work with message alert?
Yeah. Okay, okay, monitoring device. Can you scroll up again? So But that message belongs to cell phone though. Like if you don't have cell phone, you're not gonna have any messages, can
Yeah,
you?
it's just not shown here. You're right. Whatever you can do with these classes, you're right. There are links between the two, but it's
Yeah.
just not shown here.
Okay. Patient control. Monitoring device. Okay, yeah. All right. So glucose or observational one patient can have none or more of glucose observation. So
That's one.
yeah.
Who can give me the next one? I'm gonna go down on the list that I have here. Ace just talked. Jinju, can you share another link?
One patient can have 0 to many message. One patient can have, you can say one patient can have 0 to many message.
So you think patient is more independent, so you can connect them like this? Okay. Next one, good job, Raja Lakshmi.
What about glucose observation to alert?
And remember, it can be bidirectional too if you need them to be. But so here. And how about the controller, Olakunle? How is it connecting with the rest of them? Olakunle?
Yeah, Professor, I'm here. The patient controller keeps record for the patient.
So controller has navigation visibility, patient has navigation visibility. Which one? Usually the controller has it. Okay. This is usually the controller, and sometimes it goes bi-directional. So you can have it like this. Well done, class. So I'm gonna just leave it like this for now. You did well, you used the information. This might not be perfect, but based on the information you had, this makes sense, and this would be an acceptable response. So let's see, did I have any hidden responses? No, that I could reveal. All right, here, this is method 1 or 2. Yining, you're next. So I'm gonna keep this here for a minute and then go to you, Yining. This is method 1 or method 2, and why?
Professor, is method 1.
Why?
Because it doesn't access to the database. It go to the objects directly.
Perfect, well done. So you remember that very well. Good job, everybody. If you have any questions, ask Yining, but he had the right logic, very brief, and absolutely correct. So here you're saying it's method 1 because controller goes to the domain layer object first, then the domain layer object interacts. Well done, Yining. So this is for method 1. If the controller or the other class goes to the data access layer object first, that becomes method 2. Well done, well done. So examine the first cut design class diagram here. Then complete the record rental procedure here. Sequence diagram, which is on this page, or yes, it is on this page. So go ahead, read this class diagram. Let me see if I can make it smaller. I'm looking for 3 methods class. Basically, the methods, you should find them in the class diagram. This is a practice of the opposite what we did at the middle of this session. There, I asked you to read the sequence diagram, add methods to the class diagram. Here, I'm asking you to read the class diagram, add methods to the sequence diagram. So this is the opposite of what we just did a few minutes ago. So I'm gonna let you read this for a minute, and then after Yining, I see Jiawai's name. So Jiawai will do A, Sushmita B, and Ganesh C. All right, I'm ready, Jiawai. What is A? Jiawai, can you please unmute? What do you think is happening, Jiawai? First thing you want to pay attention is that message A is going from dental procedure controller to the patient, meaning that the method is inside the patient. So you're going to go up here inside the patient. You see 4 methods. Which one of them makes sense to be used here? That's the question. Which one of these 4 methods am I looking for procedures? And remember, this is the context. This use case is this one. You're trying to record dental procedure. So you're trying to keep track of procedures. So, and then you're working with patients. Are you trying to show procedures? Are you trying to get patient info? Are you trying to create patient? Are you trying to end new patient?
It will show the procedures.
This is a new procedure, so probably you're just getting patient info. Let's see. Actually, I have it here. It's getting patient in, because you're getting patient. You have to find the patient to update their record. So I'm gonna Control Z here and just write this exact same method you have there, get, because I think that's more accurate, that get patient info. Now I gave you the idea how to find the answers. What about the next one, Sushmita? What is the next one?
Just a minute. I think the next one is in the office visit. There are 2 methods, show pros visit and enter description. It seems like enter description.
Exactly, enter description is a better one.
Better one, yeah.
So I'm gonna let you put the details there. Why is it a better one? Because you're trying to record information about a new procedure. Medical staff, I think Ganesh is the next one. Ganesh, what is a good method for here? Medical staff?
To verify medical staff.
Yeah, you have only one, so the choice is easy. So basically, you would have to read the class diagram and understand who is doing what, and make sure you complete the sequence diagram accordingly. You did very well here. Okay, next question. It's on the right, you see the domain model class diagram for the ticket processing system. Think about the classes that should be responsible for collaborating with the other classes for the use case record a traffic ticket. So that's an important detail. Which class has the highest degree of coupling? So this is probably a more complicated question. Which class has the highest degree of coupling? Who was next on my list is upside down. So I don't know who has talked, who hasn't, because your locations have changed on my list. I don't know how this happens. I think this is randomly. But I feel like Yining has talked, Olakune, Jiawai, Sushmita has talked 2 times. Ace has talked, Jinju has talked, Raja Lakshmi. Anderson, you have talked 2 times?
No, just
okay.
1 time.
This is you then. Which one of them you think has the highest degree of coupling?
I think officer.
Why?
Budget number name. No. Court. No. Ticket. I think ticket. Yeah. I'm trying to read all the
court, ticket, officer.
Ticket number, date of ticket, so gets the information for the driver. Violation type, file amount, date.
I think this is not the right diagram. I feel like I should have shown you something else here. I feel like there is something missing, but let's work with whatever we have right now. Okay. Yeah, I let us work on this, but I feel like the question could be done a little better. So here, your ideas, which one would be highly coupled?
Ticket. Yeah, we'll go with ticket.
Why?
Because on the ticket should have the information from the driver and the officer who took the driver's information and give the ticket.
So the officer would access the driver's information, receives that, puts that on the ticket. Ticket is accessed by the court. You would think that ticket has the highest degree of coupling, or officer probably. I would probably, if I were to choose, I would choose an officer, because it has to access driver information. It has to write that information in the ticket. It has to, and a ticket is accessed by the court system. Maybe the court. Anybody else has any ideas based on what we see here? All the information that we have is this one. Maybe the court, because the court has to read information about the ticket, has to read information about officer and driver. You're saying ticket because you see the links on the domain model class diagram.
And on the ticket, there's a trial date, so maybe they already have the information on the court, because the driver needs to know where he's going with the ticket. So that's why I said ticket, because could link all.
I see your logic, yeah. So this is domain, this is analysis. On design, which we don't have here, we could pick alternative design. What you have in your mind, it makes ticket very powerful, having navigation, visibility, multiple other entities. So you explain that logic would be okay, would work. Because I haven't given you the design class diagram here.
Okay.
If I had given you that, then we would have one correct answer. by your explaining your logic, it works. If you were to complete the first cut design class diagram to set trial date, I think actually your answer is a good answer.
Thank you.
Set trial date. Where should that be? Juyang? Where should the trial date? Set trial date. So remember, this is encapsulation. Where is the data? Put the procedure with the data. Where is trial date as an attribute? You see it?
Yeah.
It's here, yes?
Yeah, trial date, yeah.
So then where would the set trial date be? This is a setter. Where should it be? In the ticket, yes?
Yeah.
Because based on encapsulation principle, you put procedures with data in a single object. All right, well done, class. This was a little bit tricky, but I think we got good answers. If I asked you a question about this on the exam, I would probably give you a design class diagram. This one is saying, in the following, we aim to model a hospital management system that will be used in all locations of a certain hospital system. It means that there are multiple hospitals, multiple departments. Nurses are considered hospital staff, and each patient is assigned a nurse upon admission. Complete this with multiplicity links. I think this is design. This is analysis. This is not navigation visibility. You can work on this for your final exam if anybody needs to take it, which I hope not. Now I'm going to ask Raja Lakshmi, did we do CRUD in your first exam, yes or no? Did we do CRUD technique in your first exam, or did we cover it after your first?
I don't remember that.
Yes, we did. We did on the first exam.
We did, yeah, I remember.
Okay.
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 So here, this is the next question then. Go ahead, do your best. Read the following system sequence diagram for request a package pickup. Examine the domain model class diagram, and based on what you see, this is the domain model class diagram. Complete the sequence diagram as much as you can, class. I'm gonna ask you to draw here, okay? As much as you can. So what you wanna see, look at these messages, and you wanna tell me who is responsible for doing this. You have to pick one of these classes. So I'm gonna stay here and give you all 2 minutes, okay? You have the version on your own devices, and I don't know where is better for me. I would better stay here. I'll let you work on this for 2 minutes, and then we come back to complete the sequence diagram together. This is probably a more complicated question, so take your time. have one question that we did. Oh, perfect. So who wants to take it? What's the next one? There is a pickup controller. What would be next? Who wants to draw? Who has something on their paper I can look at? No? Okay, I'm gonna ask. Let's go back to my list. Ace, have you talked 2 times?
Yes, I did.
Sagar is trying to control. Let's give it to Sagar because he hasn't done any drawing today. So go ahead, Sagar. So you're gonna add a few boxes and the links. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so just try your best. Insert, yes. Can you also unmute or no? No, you right click edit text. You just right click edit text. Add text down. Yes. Perfect. This is a new pickup request. Give me one method and I'll be happy. All right, can you scroll down and show everybody how you made this decision? Show them the, okay, great. Show them everyone design the design class diagram. Scroll down. So, oh, okay, up. So this is process type of service is the first message. And so you got that one. Yes, you saw that pickup request is the first item that needs to be created. Give me another one. From pickup request, let's go up. What happens after pickup request? No, in the system sequence diagram. So there is a package, there could be what else? There could be customer. So package and customer could be 2 other objects that would do some work. Maybe you read information from package, you read information from customer to make this pickup happen. Go ahead, go up. All right, so you did that. Thank you, Sagar. So Sagar did part of it, and the completed version of it is in one of your PowerPoint slides. I'm not going to do that, but what Sagar did is the right logic. The first thing is this is request a package pickup. It means that you're creating a request. So that's the creation, add a request. Type of information, name and address. So you would need to talk to a customer. So I'm going to copy and paste. So next thing would be reading information from the customer probably. And then you can use the same methods you see up there. Or you can, if you, or they don't show it here. So process information or to information. And then the next thing that probably would be, and I don't think it was on the example that the book gave you, so the answer the book gave you, it didn't have it, but we can think about this because this is a package going to a customer, and this one would be talking to this one to get the information of the receiver, and we're gonna add that information of the package. So your request needs to talk to package as well. This one, you could come up with different way of implementing the same use case, and that would be your unique way of designing. So your version could be slightly different from my version, depending on how we design. So right now, the way we did it is that we give controller access to pickup request, and the pickup request would talk to customer, and it would talk to package. This is my design. Your design could be different. So, and then you go on at the methods you see from the sequence diagram. If you wanted to see the whole thing, how it looks like, the example, I think it's on the third set of slides I have given you. But this is a good one. So if you had only pickup request, customer and package, I would be happy. And this is would be getting information. This would be getting information. They return things, and the pickup request at the end is saved. So if you wanted to add data access layer object, you would let me connect this to, if I may. And then, so if you wanted to add data access layer object, if I ask you that question, I have a group here. You would add the data access layer for the customer up here, because you need to read information here. That would be method 1. And you will need information about package right there, assuming that package has been created in another use case. Now you can make another assumption that you're creating the package right here in this use case. So this would be the package DA. So package DA, and then your request DA would come at the end. I can add it right down here, because you have to have all the information before you can save this. So this happens at the end when this one gets the message from the pickup request to, I'm gonna call it pickup request, to save it. And because it's saved, there is no method 1 or 2, it's just saving. So here, this would be the object lifeline going this way at the end of everything. So it should be all the way to the right. And then you would get this one to talk to the database. And then the information would be to save request. This is a very approximate way, but it shows the way Sagar started it, it shows that he understands how things work. And as long as you show me you understand what objects are responsible and what's the relative order of who does what, that should be okay. It doesn't need to look perfect. So probably it's a little bit tricky, but again, I look at your logic and I look at your work and you get credit as long as it's reasonably consistent with the problem description. I have one more question to go over, and it's the same example that we saw earlier, the opposite question. Examine the first cut class diagram here, then complete the sequence diagram on the next page by adding ABC. And I don't know why it doesn't show the methods. It should have the methods for you. Let me see. This is, or maybe I wanted you to know the encapsulation. So if you know this, what would A, B, and C be? Do your best, your best. Oh, I have a few more questions. Okay, let's do this really fast. What would A be approximately? Raja Lakshmi? This is a card handler to online card. Just give me a method that makes sense. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Create cart already. Okay. Cart handler to online cart.
Create.
Okay. Create cart.
No, it's not.
It's not there already. Customer to online cart.
It's actually create card item. See?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Which is relayed by online card to the card item. So because controller doesn't have visibility to card item, it asks the online card to create it. The online card relays the message to the correct
Cart item.
Exactly. So and probably that's what, yes, add item, create.
Okay.
Perfect. What would be B, Anderson? B is from card item to promo offering. What?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. B from card item to checking.
What?
Checking promo, something like that.
Yes, check promo, something like that. Exactly. So check promo. I'm just gonna have the answers. Yes, you're getting promotion, you want to check information. That's good enough. If you gave me something like that on the exam, that would work. Next one, Ganesh. So this is price, or in your version, check promotion. Both of them would work. Doesn't have to look exactly like the one you see up here. Ganesh, what would be the next one? This is card item talking to product item.
Is it check product?
Check product, something like that, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to move this without moving the rest of them. So here. Or is this, I'm sorry. Is this talking, which one is talking to what here? To inventory item. No, it's to inventory item, Ganesh. Can you update your response? Card item to inventory item.
Check inventory.
Check inventory, check quantity, update quantity, exactly. So you did a lot of reading here. I'm gonna skip a few questions and then I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna let you work on this. I clean up and post this document for you. This is your code and this is exciting. This is about the code you have written. Here, read that. Below is a piece of code you have written in your Android app. project. Identify one example of inheritance hierarchy, specify superclass and subclass in the inheritance example. Identify one example of another dependency between classes. Show the two sides and specify type of dependency. So this is an interesting example based on your code. Let's do inheritance hierarchy. We're going to give everybody a minute to glance over the code you've written. This is the repository. And you're going to work on your report too. You're going to look at these relationships and make sense of them. So by the time you submit your report too, you feel a little more comfortable. You may not feel that right now, and it's okay. So don't be alarmed if you don't know the answers. I'm gonna go to Yining. Have you talked 2 times already?
Yes.
Andre, have you talked 2 times?
Yes.
Anderson, you too?
I think more than that.
Oh, I see Divya. Divya, are you new? Did you just join us or have I missed you the whole session? I feel like you haven't been here.
Professor, I just joined.
Do you want to answer this question or do you want us to have someone else answer it?
I tried to look at it.
Okay, great. Who could locate an inheritance hierarchy?
Professor.
Yes.
I have one idea. I have one thing like is that asynchronized task is the superclass and that insert to do, update to do, and delete to do, those are the subclasses under the asynchronized task. So is that come under that inheritance?
So this one is superclass, yeah, subclass.
Subclass, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna put, so here, good job. This is subclass and the other one is superclass, perfect. Anybody else sees anything?
The to-do DAO is inheriting from to-do DAO class and reusing its methods like insert,
What is
update.
What is that again? Which one are you talking about?
To-do a database object, to-do DAO, like I can see that in 3 different places there.
Let's look at it. So this is superclass. Is this another type of dependencies you're trying to tell me? Or
I'm talking about the inheritance.
What is another inheritance here? Superclass, subclass, to do DAO. Is it an inheritance here or is it just another type of dependency? It doesn't extend anything for us here in this code, but you see that a repository has that inside as an attribute. So is that a dependency? Just a regular one?
Because you're creating to-do DAO instance using to-do DAO class. So
so here, let's see if you are saying to do DAO is here. I don't know if you're talking about this or not, but
yeah,
I'm gonna put the repository.
that way you can use the methods like insert, update.
So is this the one you're trying to give me? Let's see.
Repository.
Is this the one? To do repository has to do DAO as an attribute. And there are so many other things you can give me here. This one, also this one to do also, if you were trying to give me that one. So to do DAO, you can see that here. There is so many of them here. So this is just an example. So to do, probably we're talking about that, is this one. Another one. And a bunch of other things that you can see here. This is your code class. I'm going to share this with you. Think about that, and we're going to look at more examples on Thursday. I'm going to end the sessions. This is recorded. I will share a version of these questions with you on ReggieNet along with the recording. If you have any Android questions, you can stay and ask me your Android Studio questions. I can stay for a few minutes. If not, I'll see you on Thursday.
Oh, when is the exam, by the way?
The exam date has been identified by the university. You should see it on your myillinoisstate.edu. I can look it up for you right now.
Okay.
I think we talked about this once, but we